Hello and welcome to another episode of Molds Releases. My name is Cosmo, and today we have the releases for October 14 till October 18th, which is 2019, to make that very clear. And we have a good amount of releases this week, but not necessarily like hot games. Like if you're looking for big AAA games, you will not see a lot. But let's talk about the games we have. So, starting on October 15, we have Disco Elysium. What is Disco Elysium? Well, it's a game we were already able to play in my channel, and it's a detective game, but also it's an RPG. And to put a comparison there, I would say it's very close to a detective game meets Dungeons and Dragons, because you're creating a character, you have your strengths, you have your weaknesses, and depending on your strength and your weaknesses, you will tackle certain moments in the game differently. Like you can create a character which is really good at talking, or you have a character which is really, really strong and is just beating people into a pulp, or there are then other characters who can see things differently. Like there's always a way to handle things differently in the game. There's a lot of reading in there, a lot of talking, so if you are somebody who just wants action, explosives and whatnot, you will not find that in this game. It's a very, very slow game, especially because most of the stuff is not voice acted, so there's a lot of reading going on. But the coolest thing was really the RPG part. Like the idea of having Dungeons and Dragons here where you were creating your own character. Like my character, for example, was really good in reading the room and also reading like what happened actually at this place. But we couldn't stomach certain things in the game, like seeing a dead body. We were definitely not a fighter. And we were definitely not the guy who, how can I put that, had the sleight of hand to work his way through like closed doors, or when you had to steal something, or when you had to be really, really quick with your hands and fingers. The character was not able to do that. So, yeah, we had some very, very interesting moments in that game. And if you like RPGs and you like a lot of reading, then I would say this game is totally up your alley. On October 16th, we have Chernobylite. What is Chernobylite? Well, first of all, Chernobylite seems to go into early access, and when it comes out in early access on Tuesday, it seems to be very close to Stalker, because you're also going to Chernobyl, but apparently before it did go to shit, and there's also a lot of paranormal stuff going on. Like it's a very creepy and dark game, and it reminds people a lot of Stalker. So we will see how that thing goes. Looking forward to it. Then on October 17th, which is the Wednesday, no, the Thursday, sorry, the Thursday, we have The Beast Inside, an horror game which is very close to Outcast or Outlast. Outcast, Outlast, I'm always mixing them up. You know, the super creepy game where you are basically just running away the whole time, and whatever tries to murder you is also not good for your sanity. But yeah, it's in the vein of the horror games where you are not fighting, but you are running away. And I have to say, personally, not the biggest fan of that. I was always the fight guy, not the flu guy, who was running away, right? Flight or fight. Yeah, I'm not the guy who is flying, I'm more the fighting guy. So these games never really worked for me, but this one looks really, really good and really creepy. There are a lot of shocker moments here. So yeah, if you're looking for a really creepy and dark horror game for October, then this game seems to be up your alley. So it could be interesting. Then on Friday, on October 18th, we have Plants vs. Zombies Battle of Neighborville. This is the third Plants vs. Zombie shooter game, and you can already play it if you want to pay for early access. It will be cheaper in early access and then gets more expensive when it comes out on the 18th, but it is already available, and I've played it quite a bit. I would say it's the best Plants vs. Zombie game they had so far, especially now that they are also offering a single player mode, or, well, not single player mode, a PvE mode, where you don't really have to do PvP. They have new zombies, new plants, new maps, of course. There's a lot of stuff to do, and I always felt like it doesn't try to be an esports game, and because of that, they are trying to just focus on the fun. Like, yeah, sure, there are some classes which are a little bit more P, but they are trying to balance them. But what they are really focusing on is that every plant and every zombie is fun. And so far, they have done a pretty good job. The only thing I'm afraid of is I'm afraid that after a few months after the release, this game will die down, like the other Plants vs. Zombies games did, unfortunately. Not because they were bad games, it seems just like the player base moved on, right? So, we have to see how that goes. But I'm enjoying it. Like, I've paid $30 for it, and that was still in early access. But I never felt like that was a bad invested amount of money. So I'm looking forward to the release. Alright folks, that was it already with the releases. As I said, not a lot of stuff going on for this week. The big releases and the big blockbuster games are coming out next week. So next week will definitely take a little bit longer, and we have much more games to discuss. If you want to check out my stream and you want to see us playing all these games I just have mentioned, you can find us on mixer.com/chaosmole, and we are streaming there from Monday to Friday starting at 8 AM EDT, which is 1 PM UK time and 2 PM CET my time. And yeah, that was it for me. Thanks so much for watching and listening, and I hope I see you next time. Bye bye.